Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Zombies Love Bacon podcast. This is episode 19, coming from yet another lockdown here in Victoria, in Australia. 5 lockdowns. I don't know how many podcasts we recorded in them, but it's been a few. Today we are joined by Norstar.
Hello. Welcome to the Sexual Innuendo Club. Thank you all for coming.
I thought if I called him first, he wouldn't have a joke to start off with, but here we are.
Well, I wasn't going to record it, so I didn't think of a better one, so I just reused what I said to Prats earlier.
True. Also, could have. Yeah, true. Save that for next time. Also joining us today is Jelli.
Hello?
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 And
also
returning to the podcast after a bit of a break is Chaunisea.
Sure.
Also in lockdown.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Style.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Australia's fucked. Anyway, moving on. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. You can't relate. Man, it's fucked. And it's not only that, it's like one of those things now where if you talk to people, normally when you talk to people, it's like, oh, Australia's great. And they talk to you and you start saying things and they're like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? It's like, yeah, we don't know how to do COVID.
Nah, but what's essential here is alcohol, and you can just go down the street, walk in, and buy a case.
I mean, that's what they're saying. Like when the depression happens, industries like booze always has a great time because as soon as everyone gets sad, they just go for the booze. So,
which is weird,
especially when it's a depression, and usually you want to hang on to your money, but there's booze. Anyway,
who needs to hang on to money when you got alcohol?
To alcohol, the cause and solution to all of life's problems.
who needs family when you have alcohol?
Oh my god! I'm glad the family memes are dying out, but goddamn,
yes, they are.
The ones I see now is like the guy walks into GameStop. He's like, "You got any PS5s?" And then the guy's like, "No, man, it's sold out." It's like, but it's for my family. And then Vin Diesel pops out from behind the counter, and then the guy's like, "Is that you, Toretto?" It's like, "Well, if it's for family," and he pulls out the PS5s. It's like, what the fuck?
I still say the Harry Potter one was the best, though.
Oh man!
He said you can't expect him to stick around all day. He's got a family, unlike you.
All right, I got a question about this because I've heard stories, but I don't know because I just couldn't give two fucking shits about it. But people are telling me that the whole family meme is just a really smart marketing campaign that was launched by the film marketing, where it seems more like a meme to me that someone just latched onto and away it went.
Well, there's a part of that I believe could be true because prior to like the release, like there hasn't been a lot of like trailers, marketing, or anything for the movie. It kind of just showed up, and then so did the memes.
Yeah, even the trailer was like, I can't tell if this is for Fast 8 or 7. Oh wait, it's 9. It's like
it all just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just
in a short span. So I'm honestly probably there's like, we'll save a bunch of money. Guess what we'll do? Social media. But
like creating a meme, like that's a successful meme. Right, it got out there, got everywhere, and everyone talking about the stupid movie. Like that. If you were a social marketing man who got that to happen, you're a genius.
Pretty much,
you deserve a raise, right? Like it's. I've watched. Actually, Rooster Teeth did a documentary where they got like 3 influencer type, personalities from their shows and said, make a meme, like make it and see it, watch it, see if you can get it to go viral, even with their hundreds of thousands of followers or whatever. And I couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't come up with a good idea, couldn't get it to go viral, couldn't do anything. So, like, to make an artificial one, I feel like that's pretty...
If you think about it, right, it takes one good push. Look at Dogecoin. Elon Musk hopped on board, and then, boom.
But the only difference with Dogecoin is that Elon Musk is like, Dogecoin, cool meme, guys. If everyone put their money in it, it'll be worth something. Also, I'm going to put this giant pile of money in it. It's like, holy shit, he's actually doing it. It's like, it's one thing to just say things and create memes that cost nothing. It's another thing to drop, a couple $100K on something.
Well, he was smart for that because he knew he was going to make the money back.
Right.
All he has to, the stocks go up, boom, he sells, triples his money, easy dub.
Yeah. There's no question about it. The man's some kind of genius.
Like he even said that they were going to accept Doge as payment for their products. Like their
then they walked that back.
Yeah, that's all. It was just a marketing ploy to make some money.
Yeah, I think so. But at the same time, he doesn't need money, so maybe it was just a marketing play to, I don't know, shits and giggles.
Well, at that point, everything is shits and giggles.
It's like, lol, look at me make this money go big and little again. Lol.
It's how the rich stay rich.
I mean, true. What's the difference between being, however squillionaire he is?
Yeah, it takes money to make money,
Yeah. Someone took my money. I didn't make any money there.
Aw, poor dudes.
It's what it feels like, all right?
All right.
It just disappears. It just evaporates. Anyway. So, speaking of money, there's a topic that I want to bring up based on. It's a topic that I've talked about. We talked about a fair bit on streams in the past and whatever else, and it's always been a bit of a meme where I say that I don't live there anymore, so you try and dox me all you like, but I lived in the shittest apartment in the most expensive street in Melbourne. And the reason why I say the most expensive street is because, well, back then there was a house just a couple doors down from my shitty apartment that sold for $20 million in the year 2000. So, and when you think about that, houses normally cost a couple of million, maybe, When you say $20 million for this house in the street, where I lived in an apartment that was built in the 60s and was falling apart. Right,
you could buy a castle for that.
I mean, it was a big house. It was a 4-bedroom house with another house for the servants, plus tennis court.
4 bedrooms.
4-bedroom house plus another 3-bedroom house. And then it's on. Not only that though, it was like on a fair size of land that's overlooking the city that has access to a boat ramp to the river and shit like that. Anyway, the reason why I bring this up is because the house was sold again last week. First time it's been sold since the year 2000. $40 million it's worth now. So
it's ridiculous.
It is. And I still if I had moved last year, I would have been still living in that apartment with my ceiling collapsing and like peeling walls and shit. And then meanwhile, there would be 16 apartments living in this tiny little block, and then we'll be overlooking this house that has one squillionaire living in there, 12 servants or something. Anyway.
Yeah. While each servant's mowing the lawn, they're all just waving salutations, good sir. How you going over there in your collapsed apartment?
I mean, you joke, but yes, their lawn was mowed pretty much every 3 days.
Yeah.
They had fishing. They had fish ponds in there. They had 2 people that their job was just to look after the fish. And yeah, but I
believe it.
Insane. It's such a highlight of they'll just $40 million that can buy some small towns, actual towns.
Some. Yeah, buy a lot of small towns.
A few, multiple towns. Yeah, I just thought that's such a ridiculous amount of money, and it hasn't got any major gimmicks or things to it. It's not like saying, hey, check out this mega mansion that comes with a cinema and a motocross track. It's nothing like that. It's just a big fancy house.
That reminds me. Have you ever seen the show Schitt's Creek?
No. I don't know.
They were. I'm not entirely sure what the show is. I've only seen a little bit of it, but I know the basis is they were really, really rich, and then somehow lost all of their money overnight. I'm not really sure what happened, but all they really had left to their name was this small town in fucking bumfucked Egypt that he bought a long time ago. So they had to move there, and so there's these rich people like that would buy $40 million houses, living in this little shack motel that just leaks everywhere. But they own the town. But it's just. Imagine if I had $40 million, I'd buy all the towns that I could buy with that money.
But
right?
Would you though? Would you buy?
I would.
You need people in the towns. That's what makes a town.
Well, I said a long time ago that if I ever got really, really rich to the point where I could just afford to do shit.
Elon Musk rich.
Maybe not even that rich. Just like a couple of $1 million, I would buy an apartment complex and rent it out to my friends for decent prices, pay half the price that they would normally pay anywhere else. And I would make my money back eventually. And I would get to live near all my friends.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I had an uncle who sold his house. He was living in a big town, and then he moved to a small town and brought 6 houses and rented them out.
Yeah, that's the play. A lady I work with, she has 3 jobs. She works full time at my job. She also owns a graphic design business where she makes stickers and car vinyls and shirts. You name it, she can make it. She's got the. But she also buys properties that were foreclosed. She gets them at auction, really, really cheap, and then fixes them up, rents them out. Like she's renting out 3 houses and she owns one that she lives in. Like she's got the hustle.
That's a hustle. That's a hustle for sure.
And like our job, like, it's physically draining 100%. Like
I-
she doesn't have to work, but
Yeah.
she does.
Yeah, it's more about the hustling to the point where you can get to the point where you don't have to work full stop.
Oh yeah, she was like fed up with the job and done with it. So the entire month of May, she took that month off. She said, "I need a break." She said, "You don't have to pay me, just give me the month off."
Fair call.
She took a month off. It's like, cool.
Fucking, I know, like in the last apartment building I lived in, the top level was like there were 4 apartments, and then someone brought all 4 apartments and just turned it into one big apartment.
Oh,
So,
that's dope.
yeah, it's a fucking great idea.
How
That's a
does that
giant ass
work?
condo.
Like,
Just
he
punch
just
out a
remove all
wall.
the doors and stuff? Okay, yeah,
It's still got
That's-
4 doors, but 3 of them are like permanently locked. I'm like,
Huh.
I always only see one guy go upstairs, but there's 4 doors, and then you can look up like town planning permits and shit like that. And I saw a permit for them to combine the 4 apartments to one. Like, well, there you go. And I had
One
a
can-
friend of
Sorry,
mine
go
who
on.
he brought an apartment above them once, and then they put a staircase in and made it so that they're a 2-story apartment. It kind of worked. It's kind of
It sounds smart though.
yeah. I mean, it's from a I don't know, property and stuff is all fucked now though. It's like now what was then like they were just picking up a couple $100,000 apartments together. Now just the area alone means that they're like $500,000 apartments just for that pocket of air that apartment
Yeah.
lives in. So it's all kind of messed up, and yeah, but
A weird business.
it is. It's
The
and
market fluctuates so much.
not only that, it's such a volatile market where you can get screwed so quickly. And I don't know what it's like over in America, but like particularly in Australia and stuff like that. Like people are like, oh, I can't wait to own a house, blah blah blah. But like the land tax and like council rates and shit like that is still considerable to the point where renting is almost a viable option. Like they've just screwed that market up so much. So now like getting a house costs 3 times what it should. Rent costs probably twice what it should. And then like council rates and everything else costs like 3 times the amount that it should. So it's like everyone knows, they look at it and go, okay, these houses and stuff shouldn't be costing $1 million plus. Yet people keep paying it, so they're gonna stay $1 million plus.
I saw a meme the other day that reminds me of this. It's like the bank said I can't afford a $900 mortgage, so I have to pay the landlord of my apartment to rent it $1,200 a month.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, and this is where, because like I've been looked at. I'm like, oh man, it would be nice to own somewhere, you know. But it's like I pay. I don't even remember how much I pay. But like I could take that same amount of money, get a loan, and pay that same amount each year, and buy basically the house I'm living in. That's fine. But I also get slapped with an extra like $30K a year in property tax and like council rates and body corporate, whatever, all this shit. And it's like, well,
It
so
adds
it's
up.
actually cheaper to just keep renting, even though I have no assets. It is cheaper. So my only hope is to become Elon Musk.
Pretty much. You pay long term, you get nothing from it. You just don't pay as much up front.
So anyway, it's just whatever. But then, like, not to fucking harp on about COVID, but COVID's fucked all that as well. So it's and like it's one of those things where again, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So what COVID did to the property market in particular was, first of all, no more international. Like they can't rent, they can't come here, so they can't rent. So all of a sudden, there's a fluctuation in apartments, which would mean that the price would go down, right? No, some reason they're still up, if not higher, which is weird. And then apparently everyone wants to move out of the cities because they kept getting locked down, and you know it's shit times in the cities when COVID strikes because there's so many people. So they're moving to the country, which means that all the country housing pricing has gone through the roof because everyone wants to have a tree change. But that would mean that city prices are going down, right? No.
No.
The example was the house that just went 20 million higher than what it was worth. So what the fuck? When does it go down?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. You're all
Because they
screwed.
could do it.
Yeah, basically. Someone's making money somewhere, surely.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm renting forever and then dying.
It's like I believe the basis of it is that less people are living here, so we double the price on everyone else, so we still make the same amount.
Yeah, it's definitely something like that. I mean, it's almost like they've like, oh well, when I was planning to get this house 3 years ago, they told me it was worth $1 million, so it's worth $1 million. And then someone else is like, well, when I was thinking about buying here 3 years ago, it was worth $1 million, so I'm going to pay $1 million. I'm like, yeah, but wait, if you keep spending the money on the shit, they're never going to go down. But anyway, idiots. And then to put all this into absolute fantastic icing on top of everything, my entire state's in lockdown because someone decided to buy a house here and got a removalist company to bring it down from Sydney and brought us COVID as well. So, Poggies?
Hi.
Off topic, I just want to state that I looked up what a himbo is, and I don't like it. I'm not a himbo.
What do you mean? What's a himbo?
Yeah, that's all us know.
Apparently, it's an attractive person who is an unintellectual.
Ooh, I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
That's you.
because that's what a bimbo is, and
Yeah,
a himbo
and I
is a
don't-
male bimbo.
Well, I was tired at the time, so I didn't put two and two together.
Yeah, but that is you. So like,
No,
you're
fuck off,
fine.
Shawnee. That's you.
Yeah,
Oh,
putting two
that's-
and two together sounds like a pretty himbo move.
Yeah, see.
Himbos don't do maths. What are you talking about?
I know, Jelly. Jelly's not calling me stupid.
She was
Yeah, what?
definitely calling you something.
Yeah.
Of all people, Jelly. I'm right. I remember that.
Jelly's like sitting in the back corner, just yelling out insults across the room at this point.
No, Jelly's just sitting there, you know. She's just like waiting for that moment. Or
Wait for that
waiting
moment. Just, twist the knife.
I hope both of your dogs liquid shit on your bed.
Well, that's fucked there.
Literally or
Never
metaphorically,
mind.
Jelly.
Oh boy. I don't want to make it the liquid shit podcast, but I remember once I had a kitten that definitely was going through some issues, and I just heard the most god awful noise from the next room, and not only did that kitten liquid shit up a wall, but like it got to the ceiling. So I don't know what that looks like. I only saw the aftermath, but I think that cat was
That's
having
quite
some
the
issues.
projectile.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I called that kitten was called Maximum Squitter from now on. Because that was like it was a noise, but holy cow! It's like it must have been like a fountain.
I'm listening. Tell us more.
Well, I wasn't there to see it.
Okay.
Just had to clean
Shawnee,
it up.
is this your new kink? Like as a furry, do you
Fuck
enjoy
off.
this?
No, my new kink from now on, and this is a change of topics for a moment, is COVID testing.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Now, look.
Like the other day when we're like, my kink is COVID.
Honestly, like it getting stuffed up his nose.
Yeah, so I'm gonna explain this to everyone who's listening, right?
Yeah.
Now, some people will over-exaggerate how these COVID tests are done, right? This is me being serious for a moment here. And well,
Okay.
I live in New South Wales, so I don't really care. I live in the Bankstown area, so the Canterbury LGA that's now currently in full lockdown. But I
Okay.
went down the street a few days ago to get my COVID test, and they don't put it that far in. But I did hear that some doctors or whoever it is, the COVID testers, like they do put it pretty far. But I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. It is a kink.
They
Wait,
definitely.
Shawnee,
It
were
can be
It
you-
great.
tickle your brain, they
Ha-
say.
were you happy that they didn't put it in that far? Or were you disappointed because
I-
you've heard
I was
so many
disappointed.
things?
Are you into
What the
sounding?
What's that?
Sounding.
Never heard of it.
It's when you like to stick things up your thing, if you know what I mean.
Oh no, now I remember. Yeah, no, I heard of this. No.
Wait, isn't
no.
that docking?
No, that's close though.
Same concept.
It's I don't know. Well, I don't know what. So my brain instantly goes to. Hang on a second. Do you think there is people out there that are like a little bit broken, and they're like, I want COVID. Like, how do I get COVID? And like
That sounds like
seek it
something-
out.
Absolutely.
That sounds like something Jelly would say after a bad game of Valorant. You know, I wish I would just get fucking COVID.
That's what I
Well-
say every time it goes into lockdown.
What, you just want COVID?
Yeah, I just want COVID. I just want to get sick. I'm sick of this shit.
Okay,
I mean,
have a serious
hang on. Just hold your thought for 1 second, because all you need to do, Jelly, is be near someone who's sick, and you get 2 weeks off. You don't have to be sick.
She doesn't do anything. What do you mean? She already has 2 weeks off.
Good point. All right,
True.
Chaunisea.
I didn't get sick. There's something wrong. Why am I not getting sick with my immune
Well,
system?
convenient. Jelly came home from Sydney, and then boom.
She left it behind.
Illuminati
That's right.
confirmed. No, serious question. Does anybody here? Now, I'm not saying I don't believe in COVID because that's like all stupid conspiracy theory bullshit I don't believe in. But serious question: does anybody here know of someone in real life, not from online or anything? Do you know someone in your state or area that's actually had COVID?
As in
Yes
like
or
a,
no?
a close family or friend or anything like that. Like,
Like, if you know anyone, like, if you personally, like, talk to somebody in real life in your state that has gotten COVID.
no, I've had people that are
Yes.
in my greater working that like had COVID and then we had to shut shit down. But like I've never gone and looked at a person and said, "Look at that guy, he has COVID."
At the start of it, well, my ex-girlfriend had it. One of my friends has had it like 3 times now. And then I've had 2 coworkers have it, but one of which I'm unsure of because apparently they didn't provide any paperwork for it. So it was kind of just a, yeah, I have COVID, see you in 2 weeks kind of thing. And
Yeah.
like,
That's
they
how
didn't
you
question
do
it.
it. Hang on 1 second. Hello, boss. I got COVID.
No, the only reason why I asked this, right, is because you look at the COVID numbers, not just from like, New South Wales or Victoria or wherever, just around the world in general. Because Noah's an American, he lives in America, and like it's just interesting to know how many people you actually know due to the numbers that we have.
You got to keep in mind that, particularly with Australia, the percentage of people that have actually had COVID is very low. Like as a percentage, it's very low.
Oh yeah, it's only like 35,000
Yeah,
people.
where if you look at like America, given that there's a lot more people there, they also
Well,
had a lot more COVID.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's also more people that live in the state of California than the country of Australia.
what North said. So it's like it's we're still a desert island in the great aspect of things, So it's
But you'd think, right? Like way more people live here, and I can literally count on one hand the amount of people that I know.
oh,
that
it's
got it.
fucked. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
that's like what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like that's not a lot of people considering with the American population.
Yeah, like we haven't we opened up recently our state, so a lot more places are back to the normal for the most part, and you can go into places freely without a mask, but the business can say, hey, no, you need a mask. But if you have both vaccines, like if you got both shots,
And that's the
you
difference.
you don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah, and that's
Bars open back up again after they close bars down, they open them back up, they close them down, open them back up, close them down, open them back up, and they're just open now.
So most places are like 50 to 75% vaccination, and then they will start opening shit up again. Where Australia's sort of just starting to vaccinate now. Let's be honest. It's just a fucking mess. I mean, at the end of it like it's not that. I feel like if they went the herd mentality of just let it just go wild, and let the weak die, and we'll fucking deal with it, because the alternative is we shut things down and everyone goes broke. We'll probably know a lot more people with COVID, but I feel like there's a lot of control, like trying to do it, and there's definitely it's the same areas, like it's the lower working class areas that are getting the disease more often than not. And I feel like they would just absolutely get ransacked if it stayed open and did that.
I
kind
can
of thing.
tell you that I have opted out of getting the vaccine, and I refuse. I'm not going to get an experimental vaccine that potentially later on down the road could really fuck you up, especially since I've worked every single day throughout the entirety of this in retail around constant people, and I still haven't gotten it. I decided I'm just going to take my chances. I haven't gotten it yet. I think I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. And I mean, the idea, the idea that most countries are going with, because everyone's got their own little plan, is that if the majority of the people that are A, traveling, B, frontline working, in the disease industry, so like chemists, doctors, nurses, etc., if they all get vaccinated and they could fuck off the disease, everyone will be all right. But they need to get. The problem is that they're not at that point where there is a front line. It's just fucking everywhere. So, but it'll get there eventually. It's just a question of how long to do it. The other thing to note, and I don't know what it's like again anywhere else, but particularly in Australia, they are very vague on who or what or how people get sick or get the virus. Like they'll say, "Oh, it's international," or so whatever. They won't say, "It's a poo from the Quickie Mart, and he came over with his 7 cousins who were all sick, and they decided not to stay in quarantine. And he lives at this address." Go get him, boys, because everyone would go and fucking ransack their shit because they don't want to go into lockdown. They blame people, so they keep everything very vague. But I feel
they're
like
also not allowed to do that.
Yeah, but it's like at the moment there's a big thing with the removalists that I mentioned earlier, right? These guys, we're going to call them the Dodgy Brothers, right? They were sick. They came down to Victoria. They didn't wear a mask, even though you have to wear a mask at that point. They got everyone in that building sick. Not only did they do that, but like they got random people to help them, like carrying shit upstairs. Got them all sick as well. And then they went over and had a good old time, stayed a couple nights, and pissed over to another state sick, and went over and helped other people there. And it's like now people are like, who the fuck are these idiots that have put 3 out of fucking like 3 whole states into lockdown? Like, who are they? Where do they work for? Like, people actually want to know who they are to go fucking basically give them a piece of their mind. And the government's like, no. But my point is that, and what I'd find would be more curious is how much, like, how out of the people that are sick, how many are old? How many people, live alone or can't afford not to work because they're fucking broke, or they're not native to this country. They maybe don't speak English as well as the next person. They maybe don't understand all the directions going on. Because a lot of fucking factors that go to this. It's not just a matter of what the black and white that people say is if you catch it, you spread it. If you don't get the vaccine, you're dead. It's not as black and white as that. There's so many different shades of shit going on. But unfortunately, particularly people that get their news from Facebook, are just going to see it a certain way no matter what happens. So, on to that topic though, fucking free-to-air TV is dog shit.
What?
What's on TV?
Just TV, like free-to-air TV that you just get on your TV. Like for us, we got Channel 9, Channel 7 news, that sort of stuff. It's just garbage. Like it's really hot garbage. It's not even news anymore. It's like,
I don't watch it.
Well, this is my point, right? So I had a conversation. I was in a room with maybe 20 other people. This was last week, just before lockdown, because we thought, well, great, until the removals came. And then out of that room, someone mentioned that they don't even have their TV plugged in, like into the aerial anymore. Like anything they watch is streamed. No one actually uses an aerial. And out of that entire room, none of us had our TVs plugged in. Not a single person watches fucking free-to-air TV. It's like,
no, it's all internet TV.
It's internet TV, but free-to-air, also known as commercial television, is what used to be the mainstay for everyone, and commercials used to make a lot of money based on views. But obviously, ain't no one fucking watching it anymore.
Nah, it's kind of like VHS players and whatnot. Nah, we're all on Blu-ray. Like,
yeah,
it's evolving,
Yeah, exactly. So, but like the thing with like free-to-air TV is you can't just speed it up or slow it down or pause it or skip an ad. You have to sit there and watch the ads, and it means guaranteed ad views. But that shit's gone. But at the same time, the people that do watch it, it's hot garbage. Like, it's not even worth looking at. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just older and you can spot when just people are just blatantly just controlling their own narrative for their own benefits. But like, they go, oh, check out this informative show. And then they just absolutely just one-sided bullshit crap, whatever else. Again, I think the only people that are actually watching free-to-air TV are probably the old people. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Like, old. But I was just curious, does anyone here actually have the TV plugged in, first of all?
Like, just
I have DirecTV. I have the box sitting, and it's been collecting dust for 2 years now. I haven't actually plugged it in to watch anything because
there you go.
I don't give a fuck.
Right? So does anyone have their TV plugged in?
Yeah, I do.
What do you watch?
What?
No,
Nothing.
Nothing.
The rest of the TVs are plugged in, but I don't watch no one.
Yeah, so with me, like, I have the TV in my bedroom. That's all obviously just for games. But the TV in the living room, that's for example, that's just for Foxtel. We don't watch the free bullshit like Channel 9 and all that.
But,
We'll watch
okay. But what's on Foxtel that you'd watch?
So for example, what I'd watch is like Nickelodeon, because I'm 21 years old. I get it. Yeah, I still like SpongeBob and all that.
I'll
Right.
watch
Like,
it.
who doesn't like
Hey,
SpongeBob? Like,
let's go back a step then. Is there a service where you can just like watch Nickelodeon shows?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
I'm
their
pretty
own
sure
app.
there is, but like
I don't think there is for Australia. I don't think we've got one.
Well, here, yeah, they have their own app now.
It's
It's
like
a
it's
subscription base.
it's
I
much in the
just
same
watched
way that like I watch like Futurama and Simpsons and shit when I just want to watch cartoons. I just chuck Disney Plus on and watch that. But like,
Yeah, it's the same thing as Disney Plus. It's just Nickelodeon.
I wouldn't mind just watching Nicktoons.
Yeah, I got the free subscription just so I can watch Rocket Power.
Yo, did you see Norstar? Did you see that they're bringing out a Smash Brothers for Nickelodeon?
A what?
You know how Smash Brothers is all the Nintendo characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a Nickelodeon one coming with all the different Nickelodeon characters.
Interesting.
It's legit. Like it plays SpongeBob and they had like Invader Zim and fucking.
There's a Nickelodeon Mario Kart as well.
Yeah, but that's garbage.
I can play.
And no one talked about it, but
Like
there
what
is
kind of
one.
Nickelodeon character stuff?
Like
Can I play
SpongeBob?
as Tommy Pickles?
Imagine. Just have a screwdriver, just shaking
Yeah.
people.
That's it.
Like my grenade's a baby bottle?
Look, they'd have to. They would have to. They'd have to have. They'd have to have him in there. Like, holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, you can't think of Nickelodeon. and
Like,
not think of Tommy Pickles.
didn't they reboot that recently?
They did. It's yeah, it's not good. It's
That was, I reckon.
It's-
I reckon that was my, as a child, like that was my Nick show, watching fucking Rugrats.
Yeah.
every
you
night.
remember you remember when Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents did the crossover? And
Oh
then,
yeah, and then
and
they
then
did it vice versa.
Timmy Turner looked like really fucking weird because like live action. You remember that?
Oh
Yeah,
no!
and they did vice versa afterwards. Like a year later, they did it where Jimmy Neutron went to the Fairy Odd Parents.
Yeah, but do you remember
oh.
like
How
how,
it
how
looks.
he changed? He was like
It
a
was so weird.
he was a mashup between how they looked on Jimmy Neutron and how they looked on Fairly Odd Parents.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's the new Rugrats.
Why break thing? Rugrats
don't
is
know.
great. Although, yeah, no, Rugrats is fun. There is like, you can look up on YouTube. There's like, why Rugrats would not be suitable today, and they go through like some of the shit that, particularly what the parents did. It's kind of questionable. It's like, stop ruining my childhood, right, motherfuckers. But
That's
yeah,
the thing, though. Like, I feel like people look way too far into shows, and sad for me to say this, but we're in the year now where like majority of people are Karens.
I mean, yes, and they have the internet. So, like, this goes back to are there more Karens now, or is it just that they have the access to, go on the internet? And we
I
can
personally
find
feel
them?
like as if there's more now. Personally, I feel like as if a lot more people, and it's not just Karens. It's just people of any age between like the age of 15 and above. I feel like a lot more people nowadays are more sensitive to anything, to literally anything.
Yeah,
That's what I feel like.
yeah, but I don't know. And I watch a lot of Karen videos. It's kind of my guilty pleasure. And
That's your kink.
well, it doesn't turn me on, so no. But like sometimes it's just like, I can get it where people are sensitive, as you say. They're like, oh my god, that little 2-year-old called me a cunt. Right? Who taught him that word? That's being sensitive, okay? And then there's Karen who's like, how dare you be on the same side of the road as me? How dare you? Like, they're like, excuse me? And my favorite one, and I've seen a lot of them lately, is like it's someone who's like delivering food. It's a food delivery person, and Karen will stop them with like, you don't live here. You're not allowed in the building. It's like, the guy's like, I'm just trying to deliver food. God damn. She's like, you will not come in this room. Oh my god, you're insulting me. And it was, oh man, this one I watched the other day. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of them. All right, so there's this Karen who doesn't want to wear a mask, and she's been told, no, you can't come in this building unless you wear a mask. And she's like, oh, I'm calling the police. And then the police show up, and the police are like, no, you can't go into this property. They've told you, the owners of the property have said, gotta put a mask on. And she's like, oh, I'm being violated. And then they're like, then the cops literally barricade the door and said, you cannot come in here until you put a mask on. And she goes, I'm a woman, and if you stop me from doing what I need to do, that's rape, and you're raping me. And it's like, wow. And then she like gets right in the face of this cop, is like, would your parents be proud of you? And he just goes, ecstatic. And it's like, that's like that Karen, that's like an alpha Karen, right? That's not sensitive. That's just Karen. That's crazy Karen. And like I've dealt with some of those people, but never to that level. Like in my jobs and over the years, and it's just like, holy shit! Look at this alpha level Karen. Where the fuck she come from? And I don't understand. Like they must live the most miserable lives. Like they must go home and just be upset about everything. If you're
like those people they're happy. Like it may not seem like it, but they're happy being the way that they are.
Like their ignorance is bliss, or just like, oh my god, you should have seen me spit in this cop's face today.
They're the kind of people where they think their shit doesn't stink, so that they have to just be on top of everyone else. I don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. But that's, do you reckon just how they are?
We'll ever get to the point where people are like, you know what, Karens are a problem. Let's round them up and study them and find out where we went wrong.
I think we have to at this point.
Are we talking about North Korea style?
I'm not gonna say it.
Are we talking about North Korea style?
not North Korea style. I just want to.
Whoa, Shawnee, calm down.
Can we
Oh,
get?
I was thinking something, but
I was thinking Firing Squad.
Wow, I was more like, let's make a documentary on what happened to Karen, just so we could figure out where we went wrong and don't make the same mistakes again. You know?
You guys are talking about murdering them.
Yeah, we don't need to.
thinking,
You can see it
We haven't
now.
gotten that far yet.
2026, the Karen Civil War taken into the roots. Karens are taking up arms against other civilians.
Oh, imagine the war. Imagine the war. It's the Karens versus the Chads. And then somehow all the Kyles get invited.
So, Jesus Christ.
I was thinking of the Modern Warfare 2 mission.
No.
You know what the biggest letdown of the last 10 years has been, in my opinion, is that all of the hype that was built around everyone showing up to Area 51 in September last year, and nobody showed up.
I mean, doesn't that just highlight that people are all talk on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine some people did show up for the lulz, but like I was hoping that there was just going to be a mass amount of people that just fucking show up, and they're going to learn their lesson the hard way. And I really wanted to see the footage of that.
Yeah, but half of that. There's one thing where a bunch of internet trolls are like, "Hey, let's do something stupid," but then there's another thing where you go, "Hey, let's do something stupid. The American government says no, they're going to shoot us if we do it, but let's do it anyway." And then no one shows up because they didn't actually want to.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stupid people, right? And I just it's population control.
But like oh man, I'm gonna have to think of this. There was a thing recently where there was a heap of guys with the same name that got added into a Facebook group, and then they were and then they organized this whole thing where they're gonna have a battle royale to get who gets to claim the last name. And then they actually did it. They all met up in a park, all these people with the same name, and like had basically a pillow fight to just a bit of lols. But it's like that's people committing to the meme.
Yeah, like there were a lot of different versions of that. I think the biggest one was all the Joshes.
I think it was Josh.
I actually got invited to a group of Matthews like that. And honestly, I never had so much fun in a group chat before in my life. We all just basically spoke in the third person to each other. It was actually great. I enjoyed it for the short time that it lived.
Yeah, so it was the Josh one. Yeah, it was the one I'm thinking of, the Josh fight. But it's like, but again, people committed to the bit and they actually did it versus Area 51 where they didn't actually do it. And mind you, I was all about it. I wanted to see the Area 51. I love the fucking people that did like the animated reenactments and they're like got them doing all these fucking meme moves going, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, do it.
Yeah, people think like that's where they have that's where they're conducting experiments on aliens and shit. Like the memes based around what Area 51 is it's hilarious, but in all actuality, it's just weaponry and shit that they're working on designing and experimenting with.
Yes,
and shit like that, like futuristic shit. But there's no aliens. But I mean, there's definitely a bunch of shit that they don't want you to see, so they will murder you over.
Yeah, and like yeah, I don't know. I would have liked a lot of people to show up and then run in there and then just be like, that's like in past the gate and then standing there like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Like, some guy yells out, go home!
Get it, boys. We went to Area 51. We made it to the gates and we're safe. Time to go home. Rally up.
Let them all make a freaking TikTok about it and then go home. That's no harm, right? It's going to be good.
Where was the Naruto run when you needed it?
weren't they gonna like put a concert and shit on there for all the people and like people were gonna do like merchandise and shit?
Yeah, there was a bunch of talks, but like nothing actually came through.
Yeah.
Nah, it was supposed to like Naruto run and shit too. It was like,
but that was to dodge the bullets. You gotta make your body as small as possible.
Yeah.
Fucking Wraithmanes, am I right?
Yeah, it was basically Wraithmanes,
yeah. They all show up and they just get sent back to the lobby.
Well, maybe that's why no one showed up. They went straight to the lobby.
Yeah, there weren't enough Wraithmanes. There was too many Mirages.
Oh my god. This reminds me of the time where at Sydney, the Goku scream at Circular Quay, where the Opera House was.
Yeah, I was thinking
I actually went. There was people that were there. There was actually people there because I was there.
They did it in Melbourne as well. They had a fair turnout.
It was good.
Yeah. They literally... Let me paint you a picture, right? For those who don't know what the Goku screams is, he likes to scream when he's quote unquote powering up. And so from an outsider's point of view, a bunch of weebs, like hundreds of them, got into a big circle in public and screamed a lot, and then went home.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
pretty much what happened in Sydney. We all like it was like a few hundred people there. And we a bunch of people had like Goku outfits and shit. It was just some people were just normal just, and we were just sitting there for like a solid 10 to 15 minutes just screaming. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever been to in Sydney. Like this is better than any event I've ever been to. I was just full on talking to like Dragon Ball fans. It was great.
And then just went home.
Yeah, literally. That's all I done. I just went to Circle K, done my 15 minutes of screaming, and then just caught the train back to set.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, can we all just agree that
Here we go.
it's okay to take a beach towel and use it for when you shower, but it's not okay to take a towel that belongs in the bathroom and take it to the beach?
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
So you're saying use your beach towels in the shower, but don't use your shower towels in the beach?
Yeah, because it's just dirty.
You know what? I feel like that's like an unwritten rule somewhere. Because, like, I agree, but I don't know why. But I do.
Like you think about it, right? You're taking a beach towel, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are the chances of you actually using it to the beach?
Let me counter your argument here with what's the difference between a beach towel and a towel?
Nothing.
The quality of
That's-
fabric.
One's all stylish and the other one's not.
This is my point, right? There's no reason. What if okay, so that if that's the case, let's be fucking logical human beings and solve this problem straight away. Fuck off with normal towels. Let's just use beach towels for everything.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're
beach
cheap,
towels are cool.
disposable.
It's obviously Big Towel out here trying to make us buy normal towels to go with our beach towels.
Seriously. You know, one of my friends, he boycotted Thanksgiving one time because he was convinced that Big Turkey is ruining the world.
What?
That as a sentence is great. Big Turkey is ruining the world.
He does it for the memes, and he never misses an opportunity.
Big Turkey.
Okay then.
Fuck
You
my
think I'm
life.
joking?
No, I don't think you're joking.
I'm not saying you're joking.
Speaking of food, though, is it possible for someone not to know what bacon is? Like, honestly.
No, I'm sorry. No.
Because
that person's not
I was
human.
talking to a graphic designer who I'm not using anymore. We've parted ways. But I started doing the initial stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, ZombiesLvBacon. It's the brand. This is what we're about. This is what we learn. This is sort of our styling, etc., etc., etc. He's like, yeah, cool. Gets a message straight back from him, and it's a screenshot from like googling bacon, asking, "Is this bacon?"
Wait.
As
It's
in,
not normal.
he doesn't know what bacon is, so he went and Googled it, and then he wasn't sure if he'd found what bacon is, so he sent me a picture of his Google and asked, "Is this bacon?"
Where is this person from?
I don't know. I could probably find out, but
Because that would be the
it's like
ultimate question.
like I understand that people that don't eat pork or whatever, like I forget what they're called, but it's like you still know what that is. Like you know what pork is, you just don't eat it.
You would think, right? But if there's
That's-
anything I've learned in life is that you'd be surprised at
I was
things
surprised. Well, I was very
that people just
surprised.
don't know about.
I was super surprised when he went, "Is this bacon?" I'm looking this guy up now. He's got a profile. It says where he is. He is from Bangladesh.
I don't know. I don't know much about their culture out there, so I honestly, I guess he doesn't know about bacon.
I mean, isn't
He should
Bangladesh?
know.
Look, we're getting into generalizations here, but like, don't they not do beef? Isn't that the thing they worship the cow?
Is that a part of
I-
India?
I don't know.
Because when
I
I went
think
to
so.
India, a lot of India does not do meat, and if you ask for meat, they look at you really
Like
funny
no
and
meat,
stuff.
like no chicken.
Yeah, no chicken, no beef. Like
In India?
yeah,
Yeah.
like you can get it, but it's really hard to get. Like
I know they don't do
No,
beef.
no, they definitely do meat.
they do meat, but I went to India. I spent 5 weeks in India. It was hard to get meat. Most of the people in India are vegetarian.
All right, I just want to double check here.
No,
But
that's
butter
that-
chicken
I know
is-
that's just a myth.
Butter chicken's
No,
from India, right?
like,
That like
no,
I'm
a
not-
lot of Indian dishes that we eat have been created by Indian people as well, but they didn't create it in India itself. They created it in other countries. I found a lot too. when I went
India
over
is
there.
not a largely vegetarian country, and more people consume beef than previously estimated.
What? Oh, we are in uncharted territory right here.
I spent 5 weeks in India, and it was fucking hard to get me.
Where in
Yeah,
India?
it could have
I
just been
spent
that part.
A week in New Delhi and 4 weeks in Mumbai, and they're large cities here.
So the first thing that came up is the myth of Indians being vegetarian. So there
I'm
you go.
telling you, a lot of them are vegetarian.
There you go. The
Like,
biggest myth, of
there were
course, is
schools and things I went past, and it had like fish and stuff, and it like just blowing with flies and things. It's kind of gross.
23 to 37% of Indians are estimated to be vegetarian. So there you go.
Yeah, so not vegan, but vegetarian.
Vegetarian, and it's
I
more.
also
So
gotta-
it makes a point. This is a BBC article. It makes the point to say that
Yeah, I was
They-
looking at that same one.
yeah, they don't eat like what's the phrasing they use? Like they don't just they eat it as it like for protein and whatever. That's not like fancy go out and have a steak sort of thing. That
No. But you also got to take into a factor there is 1 billion people in India.
Well, I mean, you know, do they grill their meat or do they smoke it?
the thing that I thought, particularly with India, is like for cultural reasons, a lot of them won't eat the meat from the cow because they believe in.
Cows are sacred over.
Yeah, it's
Even
interesting.
though when I was over there, a lot of the animals, even cows, weren't well looked after. They were running around roaming free and things, but honestly, the condition of them and things were it was like pretty disgusting.
There you go. And it just says here that only a third of Indians would be classified as middle to upper class. Majority are lower and just can't afford meat.
A lot of it is slums.
Yeah. So there you go. We've learnt a lot. It's sort of all over the place, but it still doesn't explain why. Well, I mean, having said that, no one here is talking about pork or bacon or anything like that. It's all just chicken beef.
Yeah, I didn't really look about. I didn't see any like pork or bacon or any of that
So-
over there.
All right, so let's
Chicken
really unpack this for a second because number one, Indians, the people that live in India or thereabouts, there's not that many vegetarians actually. They like meat. Okay. Number two, they don't know what bacon is. Number three, bacon is delicious. Who wants to go open up a bacon franchise in India and absolutely cash in? Like
I don't know if it would catch on if they don't know about bacon.
we'll have to give away free samples.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
We
there's
give
so
them
many
one
other
bacon bit
things as
each.
well.
Give them a single bacon bit each, and then like get them hooked, and then we open up.
Wait, hear me out.
Oh.
What if we find out that the entire country actually love bacon? Are they zombies?
Fuck it out. I knew you were going to say that.
I
I knew.
never miss an opportunity.
I was going to say we would call the franchise like India loves bacon.
I mean, how many times in season 4 did I just slide a piece of bacon in your pocket?
Too many times. Too many times.
Speaking of season 4, I'd like to go to a new topic that I put in about GTA roleplay.
Okay. Go
All right,
ahead.
so I know everyone has their own reasons, and I'd like to hear all of yours. Is why did it become something that interested you?
As in, why did it become interesting to like play or just
in general? Why did GTA roleplay interest you?
I'll let the others go first.
Why did you start, and why did you keep going?
Yeah, Jelly.
Yeah, Jelly.
Why?
I'm
Okay.
gonna pick on Jelly because Jelly played on like 7 different servers before she even got to the same server as I was at.
Excuse you.
And then people messaged me and warned me about RPing with Jelly,
Excuse
particularly-
you. Okay.
Oh no.
particularly about her driving.
That was my
Oh.
third server.
Can
Okay,
confirm.
before that server, I forget what it was called back then, but anyways, Oceana RP. I played on TRP for like a week, 2 weeks,
Uh-huh.
and then I was on Australis before that, which was only for like a month. And
And-
what got me into it was like I was moderator for Bobby J, and like a bunch of people within his community were going into the GTA RP, and they seemed to be having fun and stuff. So it caught my interest. So I joined the server they were playing on,
And then what happened?
Then what happened? Yeah, Australis was a weird place, and then I joined, and then I played on TRP for like 2 weeks, and then I saw that person having fun on Oceana RP.
Who was having fun?
You know who? The person we do not name.
Oh, that
Oh,
person.
yeah.
No,
Lord
Yeah.
Voldemort.
it's Voldemort's nicer.
Yeah. And he told me what a great server and things it was, and how everyone was being really nice to him and stuff. So I joined the server based on his recommendation. I put in the application.
Yeah, so it used to be TeamOCE because it was run through the stream team.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. It was like TeamOCE 24/7 or something like that,
Yep,
wasn't it?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And then that's how I came to the server, and I was having fun, even though all that shit happened. But it was still fun, and I really enjoyed it.
Chaunisea.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I feel like Jelly didn't dive into why it interested her. She just spoke about how she got from
People-
one server to another.
I said
Pretty
that
much.
people within the like community, like group I was in, were playing it, and it caught my interest because they were having fun.
Did
I
you see a
mean-
bunch of people that could drive and you wanted to learn how to, but sadly you never did?
God damn it.
Chaunisea, though.
What?
Yeah.
Why'd you get into it?
I got into it because I thought I'd go back into RP after a year later, and well, it turned out that even though RP was great, especially with you guys, I feel like as if it was just finally for me to stop. But I got into it due to the fact that I wanted to give it another chance, and
Why'd you get into it the first time, though? That's the question.
the first time was during Fat Duck Gaming. I got into that because of Krillin, and then we got into an argument, and I stopped talking to him over that, and I played it for like another year. Because it was great to talk to people. It was great to talk to people that you never talk to, or like people that are different. Because everyone's different when it comes to like games. Like every game's different. Every single person's different. It's like people play games or people play RP for different, numerous reasons.
You know,
And-
you remember that we used to have this rule with Oceania, Oceania RP, where you couldn't be in a Discord call at the same time that you were in the server. Do you remember this,
Yeah, yeah.
Chaunisea?
Yeah, no, I remember.
Chaunisea, we were at the casino at the time in game, and I think you were looking for locations or something, and you wanted to show me like how much you've done or whatever. So you took a screenshot and you sent it to me of the map, and I just looked at it, and you screenshotted your Discord, and you're in a call at the same time, and you sent it to me as an admin, and I'm just like, yeah, you probably don't want to do that, and you're like, whoops, and quickly delete it.
Yeah, because that was when I had 2 monitors for the first time. It was like, yikes. That was the first time I actually like talked to you too. It
Yep.
was like,
Yep.
great first impression, by
Great
the way.
first impression.
That's like on SRP, like they have the no crosshair rule, and someone had posted in the screenshots in that Discord, and then you could see the crosshair, and then he like quickly deleted it, but one of the mods had screenshot it.
Oh,
then they made
no.
an announcement about it. It's like, you probably should do.
Yeah. I didn't make a big deal about it. I just thought it was hilarious. I'm like, this guy, what kind of idiot just screenshots the evidence and sends it to an admin? Hello, Chaunisea.
Hello there.
Sheesh.
It was worth it. It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah. For me though, it's I was a big fan of Cow Chop, which was a YouTube shenanigans YouTube. Let's call it that. They did a lot of they just had like a share house, and they do a lot of unboxing and stuff like that. But they also just do a lot of ridiculous pranks, like filling up the bathtub with cereal, and then it overflowed and filled their walls with milk that went off for years to come. Anyway, they were they do some fucking great stuff. They do the show in particular that I used to like. They used to just buy the most random shit off Amazon for each other, and then like give it to each other as gifts and unbox them live. And like one day, like I remember once they gave one gave the other guy a body bag. It's like, I didn't know you could buy these. It's like shit like that. Anyway, a lot of the guys, once Cow Chop sort of dissolved and a lot of the main guys moved on, a lot of them moved over to NoPixel with their streaming. And like Sizz, who's Uber Haxel, was one of them who just like, once he got going, like soared in popularity. So me being the person who A, likes their content, but B, also is like, this looks like a big deal. Like this is RP's a thing, you know, that people should get into. And I went to my stream team, which is TeamOCE, and I said, hey guys, we should does anyone here do RP? And like, yeah, we should try and get into this stuff because it's taken off. And the guys were like, yeah, it's kind of cool. And there was a couple of people that are like, yeah, I do Arc. I think a lot of people did Arc RP. There was a couple of people that were doing what's not Arc. What was their follow-up one they did? The bloody one where you had the boats and shit.
Oh, Atlas.
Atlas, yeah, they'd just moving from Arc to Atlas, and they're like, "Oh, you should come join." Blah blah blah. I'm like, the GTA stuff looks more like my jam. I knew nothing about it. Anyway, it kind of the conversation kind of just dissolved, and then like 3 weeks later, Hyper, who's basically the godfather of our stream teams, like, we're gonna do our own GTA RP server. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like a great idea. I wonder. You mentioned that earlier. So then Hyper and basically the admins over there, using the Discord and the crew that we already had, which is a bunch of content creators, created TeamOCE RP. And it was fine. Hyper is a bit of a code genius, so he managed to learn it pretty quickly, but like there's only a few of them that really cottoned on, and a few of the guys who are devs now sort of moved in eventually as well, and did a lot of that. But for me, that meant RPing with people that I already knew and like learning it and doing all that sort of stuff and sort of sticking with it. So it was fun. For me, it was just it was easier because playing a character is easier than being yourself, and it was funny, like just funny content, really. And then obviously meeting a lot of people in the process was good. And then when it all kind of went to shit, because they kind of do, it's like Ragnarok and Thor, you know. Every now and then something comes along and burns the server down so that a new one can be built. And it's like first time it burnt down and came back, and then we rebuilt. And then I moved into into a role to help them out because there's definitely some shit that went down. And I was kind of just helping out anyway because I wanted the thing to be successful. And then we moved into like an admin role and stuff like that. And then I learned the development side of stuff, which is just even better because not only now do you have like a canvas where you can be a stupid idiot and like entertain people on the internet, but you can also help shape that canvas and create new stuff and do all that sort of stuff. So it was good. And then obviously the falls out of that is I've met a lot of people that, you know, were good people that we could play other games with and do that stuff with. And also highlighted a few people that we knew that were absolute cockheads, basically. So good riddance to those people.
You met your favorite American.
Yeah, Chaunisea.
I'm here. Oh, yeah, buddy.
So, no, it's
I'm more Australian than Shawnee is American.
They're certainly...
Wait, what?
I would
You
say...
heard me.
I would say that particularly from RP, it is the most wider demographic that I've ever had as an audience and friends and so on, where particularly going into RP, most of my friends were white dudes. You know, as much as I'd like to think that we were welcoming of other people, it just turned out it was just all white dudes hanging out, stuff like that. And a lot of them turned out to be cockroaches. So it's like, but now, like fucking countries, people from all sorts of walks of life, different countries, whatever else. Yeah, so it's good. It was a great experience, and like as much as I want to go back and play more RP and stuff like that, the game's changed. It's not like it used to be. Yeah. For the better or for the worse, I don't know. It's sort of like particularly for like where we're at with Oceania stuff now. It's like there's a lot of heavy lifting to be done, but it's evolving so rapidly. We'll finish one project and then like we'll start on the next one, and then they bring out an update for the first one. It's like, well, do we want to go back and redo that because it's better? But at the same time, we'll never get it launched if we keep chasing our tails. So it's like, fuck me. Where back when we used to dev stuff, it'll be like when I talk about TeamOCE, like TeamOCE, we used Discord for radios because we didn't know how to do radios. We had our names above our heads and like our numbers above our heads, and like buying cars was a pain in the ass that did barely work. And yeah, you name it, we had problems with it. So there's a lot of fine tuning and stuff that's gone into it, which is good. But yeah, I don't know. Like in terms of, am I super passionate about it? Maybe not as much as I used to. Would I do it? Absolutely. So but yeah, it's been. So basically, what I'm saying is there wouldn't be any Oceania RP if I didn't start talking about GTA RP with TeamOCE a couple years ago.
The Three Wise Men episode.
It's basically. And then my apartment in London burnt down. It was wild.
Yeah, that's right. It's a good thing you brought your TV.
Brought my TV. But yeah, no, it was good. I have some very fond memories of some very stupid shit, and like and a lot of stupid shit that Jelly did, for example, which still sticks with me. Like I have a meth command in my chat still, just purely because Jelly was so obsessed with finding the meth location so she could be some meth head and bloody GTA RP.
No, I'm still the worst meta gamer there was, even though I never found it.
Yeah, sure.
It's like that forehead clip that I have where Shawnee was playing Lilith and he had taken Lenny hostage and shot him, and so we took him to Jesus to get him, all patched up. And then she comes back in and then goes to hand me the gun and said, "Lilith told me to give this to you." It's like, oh shit, because he didn't know it shot him, and then she just told him. It's like, well, all right.
Hey, Lenny was a great character.
Remember when we took him to the hairdresser and held him at gunpoint so he could change his hair?
Yeah, and then he basically set up to Chiliad for how I can't even remember. It was like towards the end of the season, and Lenny was just up at Chiliad.
Is this when Lilith shot him out of the helicopter?
Like, no, he was just chilling up there because I remember going up there one time with Carlos, the Sapphire, and he was just up there chilling.
Oh
Just
no,
hanging out.
I shot him at Chiliad once.
Why though?
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
I mean, you shot my Gmar character in the back
It's
alley.
because- he needed to. I remember it's because he needed to forget something that had happened. I don't remember what we did, and then the Lilith took care of it.
When he was
was
the
great.
best employee.
Yeah.
He did
I
so
got
much
killed. It was funny.
work.
Yeah, I honestly feel like even if we get like a new season of RP like in the next week or whatever, it won't be the same as what it was. We've had our golden years. We have to create.
Nothing's ever going to be the same. You make new memories.
Yeah. I'm just saying, there was some fucking great. Like, I mean, meeting Jelly was because Karan, who was the Taxico man, wanted to go on a date with her, and she's like, "Show me your baseball bat," and then beat him to death with it. So then I, as EMS came out, and then was it bloody? Oh, I don't know which time was it? There was two times. You beat him to death twice, as far as I know. There was once when I came out of my apartment, and you were where my car normally is parked, and he was dead there. I'm like, well, my timing's perfect. And then there was the second time where you were at the Taxico, and then you pissed off the Lost MC, and then they got into this massive gunfight. And I wasn't even streaming, but I like nailed 3 of them instantly in the head, and like looked like a real action hero. But there's no proof.
A job
and then you beat him to death with a baseball bat.
Yeah, he wanted to go on a date. He was also like the biggest simp. I got so much money on my first day in the city as Sapphire. I got 50k off of Karan, and then some other guy gave me like 100k. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, some GTRP definitely feels like Simp City, if you know what I mean. Not Sim City, Simp City.
Simp City out the front of the view.
But it's like even when we did like Bliss RP, everyone was like Simp City massively. It's like, come on, guys, relax.
I enjoyed Bliss RP.
I did too.
Like we didn't have a lot of like members, but we made it work. We spread the RP around a lot for like the little bit of people we had. It was great.
I mean, it was great. I mean, the unfortunate thing of that whole thing was so many people were like, we want a new server, so we made Bliss RP, and then so many people were like, we're gonna keep playing on the other server though. And then when they time was up on the other server, like, damn, we wish we had another server. It's like, well, Bliss is gone because you didn't support it, idiots.
Like, bye.
God damn. It's like, what do you want us to do? Bliss was great though. Like from a development point of view and everything else, Bliss was just smooth. Shit just worked quickly. Yeah. I enjoyed deving on Bliss because I just do whatever I want and it worked. Where it's a little bit different when you're working in quite a large team of people and there's quite a large crew of them are learning or at least want to learn. I don't know if they're actually learning. Deving is hard. Deving is hard. Time will tell eventually. But yeah, it'll be fun. I look forward to creating more content. That's what I really want. Just create content and do silly shenanigans.
I think that's the best part. I think that's the best part about GTRP is that you don't really have to create a full story about someone. You can
it's improv.
You can just make it up on the fly. And I think that's what interested me the most about it. Because like I suck at making plans. Like I can make a plan for what I'm gonna do next week as much as I want, and I probably won't even do half of it. But if you tell me that I have 1 week to figure something out for next week and then go about it, I'm better off just spending the entire week doing fuck all else shit, and then when the time comes, it'll be perfect because I'm gonna do it all right then and there, and I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I mean it's like when the character I don't even remember what season it was, but when I did the Anthony Perez character, his thing was like I'm gonna plan everything, but also I'm not gonna plan anything, so I'd plan it all in character on stream. Because like I know a lot of people like DM each other and like we gotta do this, do that, blah blah blah. I didn't DM shit. Just fucking everything. I just made it up on the spot and just like, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll work it out. You want to do this plan? We'll plan it out on stream, whatever. And the whole point of that would be that everything goes hilariously wrong because that's never a great idea. But shit just kept going right, and it's like it really shouldn't be working, but it is. So let's just keep trying, pushing our luck. And I think from that perspective, a lot more people would sort of watch it and enjoy the show because they like saw everything. Where I know I've watched a lot of smaller streamers streaming like RP and stuff like that, and they will be like, "Hey man, check your emails." It's like, "Oh, sick. Yeah, check your emails, bro." It's like, "Oh yeah, cool, man. I'm like, what is going on? These guys just standing out in the middle of fucking nowhere looking at their emails. What the fuck am I watching? I like to put on a show. Just,
Right.
shenanigans. I always had this great idea, and we'll still do it. I think we'll still do it one day. It's one me and Gravy came up with. We want to make 2 characters that come to the city at the same time. And the only rule is that if they see each other, they have to kill each other. Like, you must drop whatever you're doing, ignore everything else, and just try and murder the other person. And that is the only objective. So, and we're going to do it one day. It'll just be great. We just rock up at the burger shop or something, and he's in there, and as soon as you see it, just drop what you're doing and start fucking either lighting them up or punching them on. I reckon that'd be hilarious.
Oh, yeah. It's on site, bro.
On site. Cops are like, stop. Oh, shoot. You can't stop. You got to keep going till one of you's dead.
I came up with this idea for, was it me, Griffin, Goose? We're going to do it a while back, and we never did. We were going to make the old mate gang, and we were all just going to be just old dudes. And originally it was me and Griff, and we were going to be twins, and everything, we're going to wear the same thing. We're going to have the same hair. Everything was going to be the same, but we were going to wear eye patches, and one was on the left eye, and the other one had it on the right eye, and that would be the only difference. And we would do robberies and golf carts and all that good shit.
That'd be so good.
Don't want to do
that. Like, yeah. I think a lot of the problem is, particularly with RP servers, is that would be classed as shenanigans, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, some people get right in their head. They're like, no. Realistically, that wouldn't happen, blah, blah, blah. And, like, those people can go eat a dick, all right? Because it's not fun anymore. If you're like...
It's like, have you met Eugene?
Hey, you know how we're playing this roleplay game? It's usually because real life sucks. So stop trying to make roleplay like real life, because real life sucks. Let me do my golf cart robbery that has a helicopter escape, I want to do that. It's funny. It's fun.
Great.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Anyway, RP will come back. I know I probably should do some dev stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, you've been saying that.
Yeah, I got to do sun-kissed autos at some point.
Yeah. Sunset Autos got it.
The problem is, like, this is the thing, right? When peak Oceania RP, and definitely Bliss RP, stuff like that, I would spend 2 to 6 hours deving every single day. Like, on top of stream, on top of full-time work, I'd dev easily 2 to 6 hours every single day. Like, I'd go to bed at 4 a.m. most of the time, and then be up at like 7 a.m. and go to work like a zombie that loves bacon.
That loves
there you
bacon.
Go. Beat you to it. I'll beat you to it.
Oh, damn it.
But
I was picking my nose. That's the only reason you beat me to it.
When you do it every fucking day, it's like second nature, right? But at the moment, because it's like, I don't want to cook myself on stuff where it's not even my server. I'm just a developer. It's like I do it once a week, maybe, and every time I do it, I have to spend an hour going, "What the fuck? How do I do this again? Where? How do I do this again?" Because it's like I literally have to relearn it every single time. So it's a pain in the ass. But RP's great. It's still booming. Like, it's not. And like, I kind of kicked myself a little bit that I wasn't more involved from day one to like lead ahead. We could have honestly been as big as Twitch RP or bigger, but we kind of coasted a lot of the time. And now we have a under construction server, when really now's the time to be a out of construction server.
Yeah, pretty much.
One day
RP is picking back up again a lot.
Yeah. And I know that like NoPixel did their public server just to meet demand, really, like just to give an outlet to them to say, hey, all right, it's fine. We've got so many people playing, so on and so forth. And all these people that, like, I assume they just get DMs about shit all the time.
Probably.
And then they could just go, here's a public server, go play around on this while we do our big boy talk over here.
Yeah, and then a lot of what ended up being an annoying thing about that is a lot of the streamers from NoPixel that like have priority and they can get in. They're playing on the public server.
They're playing on the whitelist. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, but also the public server is like a fucking plane crash. It's spectacular. Like, it really is something to see.
Yeah, it's all the rejects basically.
But like, just I was watching what's his name, Coil, playing it the other day, and he was just face farming constantly. It just idiots everywhere, but it was so entertaining. He's like, oh my god, this kid's got a $2 mic. What's he doing here? He sounds like a robot. What is going on? it's just oh man, I was all about it. It was more interesting because a lot of the NoPixel stuff, it's like you gotta try and keep up with who they are, what they've been doing, who's in with the what and the how now. And like, I haven't had time to watch as much NoPixel as I used to, so I'm sort of trying to catch up. every time I'm watching a stream, where if they're just literally just ragging on randoms, walking random, man, I know what's going on. I can watch that. I don't have to worry about trying to keep up with the score, so to speak. But yeah, it'll happen. It's fine. Just relax, Jelly. It's coming. All right.
I'm relaxed. Not even complaining.
Definitely. Get Boydo to do some dev work.
One day. I've tried. He doesn't care.
Yeah, no, I feel
He's
that.
probably happy he gets to spend more time with me.
No one's going to take that? No one's going to say anything about that? No? All right, that's fine. Anyway, mindful that, what are we at time? Oh, where? About it. I just wanted to talk about one more thing, because we were just talking about something just before.
Yeah. Is it Raid Shadow Legends?
No.
Damn, then. Yikes.
Yeah, no, we were talking about ghosts, and we were talking about... Yeah, we were talking about ghosts, and there's a story. There is a jail.
Today, Junior.
A jail that we were talking about before, but I left out a key part to it. So my great granddad was the warden at this jail. That was like a very notorious jail here in Melbourne.
Are you talking about the same one that like they turned a lot of it into?
Yeah, so they closed it down quite a while ago, and recently they've been developing it to the point where it's got like a shopping center and a cinema and apartments and everything in there. They still have certain wings that they've left in there. They've left the walls there and the guard towers. You can go walk in, obviously, and live in there now, which is so bizarre. Like I went there and I checked it out, and I'm just like, this is weird, because like you could be looking at your window at being in prison. But like my nana, whose dad was the warden, they lived in the prison because the warden lives in the prison. So like she would go to school, come home, go to prison. And so anyway, because of this, my parents were very interested in going and seeing this jail. It's called Pentridge Jail. And they wanted to go check it out. So we went and had a look at it, stuff like that. And then I saw that they have like ghost tours. But not only ghost tours, but like you can stay overnight with the ghosts, and if you want, you can pay a little bit extra. They could try and actually like use ghost hunting equipment to hunt the ghosts and find them. Which, when I think about it now, is like obviously most people jump to the conclusion of prisoners and people that were executed or died in prison or stuff like that. They're going to haunt it, unfinished business, etc., etc. But it could very well just be that my granddad went back to his home and is just haunting the prison. That people live there now and go and watch Space Jam at the cinema.
Yo, that is Space Jam.
Space Jam.
So yeah, you could say that he's slamming.
Oh my god. Anyway, it might be a fun thing post COVID to go and check out, do some real life phasmophobia. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but a lot of people, some people, I'm kind of in the boat of leave the ghost.
I've always wanted to do a ghost.
Well, what if a ghost follows you home? That's the thing.
It doesn't matter, my old.
How would you know?
Because you'd be haunted. Wait.
Yeah, but why would you be haunted?
Wait. Did Jelly just say she's haunted?
No, this house I live in now, it used to be really, really haunted until we like gutted the whole house and then it got renovated. And
you did an exorcism?
No, but like gutting the house, getting rid of the walls and rebuilding the walls and stuff seemed to like got rid of the here.
So you're saying that when you removed all the walls and stuff, it took the ghost with them. So you basically put the ghost in the tip.
Yeah, essentially.
Just the tip?
Shut up. The ghost.
It's just weird how it's not haunted here anymore.
How was it haunted? Defined haunted.
Okay, haunted. TV would turn on and off by itself.
That could be electrical fault.
No,
Yeah,
like
that
literally
does
unplugged and would get plugged back in.
Bullshit! It doesn't plug itself back in.
No, I'm not fucking with you. It's the truth. I used to like grab hold of my legs and stuff and like pull.
The TV or the ghost?
The ghost. Okay. It used to make my dogs bark.
Dogs bark. That's not proof.
No. I look out the window.
Does it make them liquid shit?
No. Okay. You know what?
As long as it's all over her bed.
Okay. Then explain this. Noise of like a cat's throat getting slit in the middle of the night.
What does a cat's throat sound like?
How do you know? How do you know what it sounds like?
What do you mean you don't know? You just said it. Screeching scream. It sounded like a cat getting it, like what you would think a cat's throat slit.
I don't think that.
It would sound like it anything.
No, it was like it was a horrible.
I don't even think I could imagine it.
Hang on, let's really unpack this here. So you're saying that your TV used to plug itself back in. Someone used to grab you by the feet
Yeah.
Dogs used to bark. Cats used to slice their throats.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It used
And then
to be,
we moved into this
really-
house, and then it's fine now.
It's fine after it's being renovated, like, because, like, after we moved out of here, and then, like, had renters in it, but the renters shit, and, like, trashed the whole place to the point it was unlivable and needed to be, like, fully renovated and gutted. Like, so all that happened is, like, all renovated, all new stuff now.
That's not how ghosts
are gone.
work.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, it's weird because they're gone now.
This is the same principle on these people that renovated the
I lived in
prison.
this house
They're like,
for
if we put an
13
apartment
years.
complex here, all the ghosts will leave, right?
No, it's not normally
Apparently.
how it works because they normally stay around.
Did the
But-
builder take it home? Is your builder living with a ghost now? Is that what happened? Like,
No, I don't. They're just not here anymore.
get a
Wait,
Ouija board.
So you said the ghost used to grab you by the feet?
Yeah, I used to like grab on my legs and pull
Prats?
my legs, and it used to like the people say it's sleep paralysis, but it's fucking bullshit.
the
Like
fuck?
it's like what it used to do my dad. It's like sleep paralysis, but it wasn't sleep paralysis.
I'm just
What?
speechless.
Yeah, there was lots of different ghosts here, and they're gone now. and I'm
How did we
happy they're
get
gone.
here?
Like, was it
Talking
like a
about ghost
poltergeist or a demon? Like, did you fill out your book? How does it work?
I didn't fill out my fucking book.
What about,
Uh,
have you got a Ouija board and have you tried it?
I mean, we did have Ouija boards in the house, but we never used them. Like,
Why
Mum
would
has
you
a
have
whole-
them and not use them? Who buys a Ouija
My-
board and says, this looks nice? Let's put this on the bookshelf.
Yeah,
It'd be
my
great.
mum had
My
a really
mom?
big one that
What do you
was made
mean?
into a table.
What do you mean? That shit's like bad juju. Don't do that. Don't. No. What? What if you accidentally put a glass on it on your table and you accidentally summon a ghost? Just moving your glass around because you called him a cunt by accident, and then it's the ghost like, "Excuse me, you're talking to me from your coffee table / Ouija board." Like, what
This escalated.
This is so much. Right. You have a ghost, and then you had Ouija boards. You had the tools to talk to the ghost,
Yeah,
but instead
we
you pulled the
have-
house apart and he disappeared.
Well, the Ouija boards are at the other house now in boxes and a table downstairs.
This is
But we used to have one on the wall as a decoration, one as a table.
all right.
My mum has a lot of.
Let's take it back a step. Did anyone die in your house?
A little girl did die.
Oh
in the
my
house
God.
when we moved in here. And then after we moved out, someone did die in the house. Like the renters had their grandma that lived with
Oh
them in the
my
house, and she
God.
died in the house.
No,
So yeah, a few people have died in this house.
no. Burn the house down. Do it now.
But I
What
think
the
it's
fuck?
fine now. I like it's fine now. I'm not getting attacked every night. It's like fine. I think there's been like one thing where the TV changed its channel by itself, but I'm like since I moved back here. But that's it.
Was it the little girl or the nana?
To be honest, the neither. I don't know.
I
That
am.
was probably my teaching out that.
Oh,
channel.
that
was
time it's
somewhere.
glitching out.
I don't know, okay, but there's like I don't even want to think about it too much because I don't want to go back here. I'm happy I'm gone. I can sleep now. I never used to be able to sleep.
You're just talking about like it's a normal fucking thing. Like you just have
It
ghosts.
was normal. I lived
It's
in this
not a
house
normal
for
thing to have
13
ghosts in
years.
your house.
No, it was normal here.
It's not
Right.
normal anywhere. Don't have ghosts in your house.
Okay, well there was this other house I used to go to. It was because I used to go family daycare. A daycare house. Her son died. Anyways, that house was haunted, and like it used to like full on yeet the blanket off and throw the
What
blanket.
the
off
fuck?
Yeah.
That's kind of hot.
This is not normal, right? Right? Back me up. Someone back me up that this is not fucking normal.
It's not, because ghosts aren't
It's
real.
normal.
Yeah.
No, they're real.
Then
ray
explain what
tracing.
we're talking about.
They got ray
They
tracing. They're real.
explain
Shawnee,
things
shut the fuck
happening when nothing's like there, or you.
No, they're real. No, I believe Jelly. They're real. Like they got ray tracing. I've seen it.
Oh, trying to see why.
They got DLSS. They got to turn on performance mode.
It's not
But,
it-
like
like you should have like oh my like what what do? You just go, oh my god, a ghost came and got me last night. Fuck off, ghost. I want my blanket back. And then you just go back
This
to
is
sleep. Is that what happened?
the Michael Jordan meme. Stop.
no.
Get some help.
I mean, I just think of the Eddie Murphy, when he's like goes into the haunted house and then the ghost is like, get out. He's like, oh well, too bad we can't stay, and just leaves like a normal person. Because fucking ghosts, right?
That was a good
It
movie.
lives here.
Yo,
But
Jelly,
guys
you a
won't
ghost?
believe me. No, I'm alive. I breathe.
Do you see dead people?
Yeah, I have.
Oh my
You see
God.
dead people.
But Jelly does have a ghost king.
No!
Oh my God. I don't even know where to go from here. Jelly has ghosts.
Don't believe me.
I think it's not that I don't believe you. I just want to know more.
You cheating on Boydo with a ghost?
No.
Is Boydo real?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Has he seen the ghosts?
No, because they're not here anymore. He saw the TV change its channel by itself, but like nothing else has happened since we've moved in.
I'm going to give Boydo $5 to grab you by the feet while you're asleep.
Wow. That's toxic.
It's not toxic. It's just funny.
Just sit there with the remote changing the channel behind you.
Yeah, but like my TV I used to like full on unplug it out the wall and shit because like it would turn on and off by itself and thing. So
that's how the TV would unplug itself and plug it back in?
It would plug itself back in and turn on and shit.
It's because you did it.
No, I didn't.
You could have made squillions by just having fucking ghost tours in your own house. Squillions. And now we're in the room where the young girl died. And the TV plugs itself in. Woo!
Did you say squillions?
Squillions.
Is that like Squidward's currency?
Squillions is like...
No, that's Squidward, Squidward's brother.
Squilliam.
Squillionaire. I'm cooked. I didn't know what to do. I didn't think Jelly was going to tell us that she has a family of ghosts there. All right?
No, she doesn't. They're gone, apparently.
Well, sorry, they're in the tip with a bunch of plastic and plaster. I don't know. Fuck it.
Just the tip.
Did you go out the tip? There's 400 ghosts there from all the houses renovated.
I don't know why they're not here anymore.
Oh, you better hope Boydo doesn't turn into a Kyle and start punching drywall. It might release the ghost.
Maybe Boydo scared off the ghosts.
No.
No, I think it was Jelly that scared the ghost off.
Yeah,
the ghost walks into the house. Jelly's in there screaming at a Valorant match, and then the ghost's like, "Too bad we can't stay."
Plot twist: Jelly haunts the ghost.
Yeah, probably too loud for them.
Oh my God! Oh, I want to know so much more. But
you know what you should do, Jelly? Should leave a bowl of milk out in the middle of the floor at night.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, you should definitely draw a pentagon.
Well,
Pentagon.
I don't know. What the fuck is it?
Pentagram.
Nah, you draw the pentagon. You draw the pentagon down there and you put it out on the ground. Once you draw the pentagon, it'll come out.
That's not how it works either.
You'll summon the ghost of George Washington.
Put some Put some salt on the ground. Does it work? Draw salt?
I mean,
you throw salt to like get rid of the like. I guess it kind of works.
Someone should tell Boydo.
I need to inform this man.
I told Boydo this house used to be haunted.
Oh man. What? Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's a topic for another day. It's we need to summon these ghosts and talk to them.
If I moved in there, I would fuck with Jelly on a daily basis.
Right?
What?
Yeah. Just start turning the TV on and off at random times. Get the app on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh.
The people used to do that. Not so much now, but certainly back in the day when there wasn't that many frequencies. You just walk down the street. You could turn people's TVs on and off with a different remote. Just to fuck with them. Maybe that's what happened.
No, it's not. Like,
all right, okay.
Explain it being unplugged from the wall.
I can absolutely explain that. And we've talked about it. I'm sure we talked about this on the podcast. If not, we definitely talked about this before. But someone else was living in the house with you. Like in a crawl space.
No. And my mom
it was the borrowers.
So good.
No, it wasn't, okay? Because I'd unplug it, I'd go to sleep, I'd wake up, and it'd be plugged back in. No one went into my room. Yeah,
no, but people could know. You've seen this thing where people were like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. There was a homeless man that was living in my roof for the last 6 months. Or that there was like one where the guy was literally under the bed.
What?
Yeah.
No, not.
I mean,
there's no one living in the roof of my house.
Right. Well, in terms of likelihood versus ghost versus homeless man, homeless man's probably more likely.
No ghost.
What I want to do...
He's not homeless.
No, he's not at that point. You're right. Yeah, you're right. What I want to do is I want to summon the ghost and get it on the podcast, right? We've got some questions for the ghost, if at all possible. Maybe some Ouija board action. We'll just ask the ghost if it's angry. How many people has it murdered? Just like really lighthearted sort of conversations like that.
And at what point is enough for him to murder Jelly?
Oh man, this is like
you know what? I've solved it. I don't believe a thing that Jelly is saying, and I don't believe in ghosts because
okay.
if a ghost did live in her house, there is no shot it wouldn't have murdered her already. Have you met Jelly?
No, but I'm just thinking that they just left. They're like, nah, I'm good, and left.
Yeah, Jelly probably scared them, if anything.
Yeah, right. And
Like,
if that's the
yeah.
case, think about this, right? New business. Jelly ghost removals. You haunted, send Jelly in. Get rid of those ghosts. Easy class.
And I
Send
even
her,
put up a theme song already.
She just walks into the house. Get the fuck out, ghosts! And then they leave.
just give her a switch and some frozen Coke. Is Valorant on the Switch yet?
No, it's not on.
Oh fucking hell! On that topic, I think we're gonna wrap it up there because this is yeah.
What? You just don't believe me?
It's not that I
fine.
don't believe you. I just feel like there should be more context. No one goes, I was having ghost attacks on me all the time, and that's the end of the story. That's not the end of the
Okay.
story. And
They
more the
turned my TV off and touched my foot.
after the ghost took your blanket and you were scared shitless,
Okay,
did you get up and
well,
have Cocoa Pops? What happened next?
Oh, I had to pick my blanket up because I was cold. But that
Oh,
wasn't
fuck's
at the
sake.
time, that was my phone. Okay, you want more context? No, you won't believe me.
Was it Casper?
No, it wasn't fucking Casper. It didn't even fucking look like Casper.
Did
You
see
looked at it?
I've seen some sometimes, yeah. Okay,
Well,
there used to be
okay.
one that was
No.
like
Whoa.
a teenage boy looking. He was like, it looked like he was like 13 or 14. He
Boy,
used
no.
to sit outside my bedroom window. And it used to like make my, like when I said it makes my dogs bark, it used to make my dogs bark. It used
What
to sit
do you-
outside my window and make my dogs bark. And I would look out my window and I would see it sitting there. And then after a
Wait.
while, it would
Which-
disappear.
Which dogs?
Cosmo,
Don't say it.
that's my old dog.
Don't you do it, Jelly. Surely not Bree.
No, not Bree. Bree wasn't even alive then, but I used to live in
Is
this house.
Bree the ghost?
No!
Is the ghost in Bree now? Is that why the ghost is gone?
Honestly, I'm surprised Gimpy hasn't haunted. I just stopped myself.
Are we just going to gloss over the fact that Jelly described what the ghost looked like and she was like looking at the ghost?
Yeah, that's one of the ghosts. There used to be another ghost, but that ghost used to be outside and it used to like play
What?
in the yard. And
She's,
it was like a little
What?
girl.
she's
There
the
was
kid
lots
for The
of
Sixth
different
Sense.
ghosts too. No!
Jelly, this isn't normal.
This is not normal.
Just like your dog's liquid shitting, it's not normal.
Maybe they're petrified of the ghost, and that's why they're shitting themselves.
Is this like one of those things? And I'm mindful that we're well over time at this point, but I'm mindful of this. But is this one of those things where like people were like, "Oh my god, you know, I was visiting my nana with my child for the first time, and the kid recognized the guy in the photo as the guy that hangs out in his bedroom at night, but he's been dead for 20 years." Is this like Jelly saw someone's granddad, and one day Jelly's gonna go, "That's the guy. That's the guy that took the blankets off me." It's like-
the blankets was at my family daycare's house that I used to stay at.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I
So
her
this is
son
a
had,
separate ghost encounter?
Multiple
Yeah,
ghost
and-
houses is what I'm
and
hearing.
her son had previously died, and he was like, I don't know how.
And
old
you
he was.
continued to play with the son after he was dead?
Well, no, he think he wanted to play, and he would like pull the blankets
You
off and
see
do all
dead
this
people.
other.
So we just established tonight that Jelly has a ghost kink.
No, it's
No,
not.
I don't have a ghost king.
Obviously,
can
you do,
see-
you're playing with ghosts.
Jelly can see dead people. Like, legit.
Like, that's a kink.
It's not,
Yeah.
that's not
I
a,
don't have
looking
a
at dead
kink.
people's not a kink, Chaunisea. You keep your kinks to yourself. Fuck's sake.
I got no comment.
It scared me. I didn't see you come in. And
What scared you? The ghost?
Is there a ghost in the room now?
No, it's Boydo.
How old are you?
Does Boydo look like the ghost?
Stop it, step bro.
I think I just heard the ghost.
Yo,
Oh god.
Bullying me.
No one's
telling
bullying.
the
This is
truth.
good content. We're unpacking your ghosting encounters.
Yeah, your ghost kink.
Ghost? No.
Like I said, I got
Johnny's-
to go on a ghost tour one time. Okay?
Yeah, of your house apparently.
No, not in my house.
Yeah.
Just somewhere else that claims to be
Maybe it's not
haunted.
your houses. Maybe it's just you.
It's
Yeah,
not
like-
me, because the other house I lived in wasn't haunted. There was like one thing that happened at the other house when we first
What
moved
one
into
thing
it.
you said?
Yeah,
Another
one
house?
thing when we first
That's
moved
one more
into
thing
it.
than should
Okay,
have.
we were all in the dining room after we just moved the kitchen, the fridge up the stairs into the kitchen. The fridge was like 100 kilos. No, it was heavier than that.
Where was your fridge prior?
It was outside because it was a brand new fridge and we needed to bring it up the stairs inside. So we got the neighbors to help us bring it in. And then we were all in the dining room talking and stuff. And this was when we first moved into the house. And then we were in there talking and there was like these really, really big loud footsteps out the front veranda. Like really, really loud. We all heard it and we all went, what the fuck? And I go out there to look to see if anyone was there or like anyone had come. And there was like nothing there. But we all heard it and we were all like, what the fuck? And then there was nothing after that. It was
Maybe
like
he
the
got
ghost
his victory
saying
royale.
bye.
Yeah, maybe he got his victory royale. Like it's all the ghosts in a battle royale, and they were just like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
but like,
see you in the gulag."
So what you're saying is that the ghost didn't show up until your neighbors came over?
well, it was
Is
like
this like
one
COVID?
time when we first
Your
moved
neighbors
in
are spreading the ghost?
Did you actually have neighbors, or maybe the neighbors were dead? Yeah.
No,
Did you actually,
no,
Were they
no,
real?
did you
no,
actually touch
actual
your neighbors? Have
and
you
they
touched
were
them?
decent, and then they weren't decent people. They were horrible people, but
Maybe-
they were decent when we first moved into the house.
Maybe they died, and the horrible people are the ghosts.
No, they moved out. Those neighbors though were weird.
Did they move
because-
out or did they die?
No,
Yeah, Jelly,
well,
you
they
don't
might have
know.
died. They were old, but
Wow.
they were they were decent people to start off when we first moved into the house, and then after like 3 years of living there, they fucking caught my cat in a cat trap and took it to the pound.
I've solved
So
it.
they're horrible people.
The
I've
cat
solved
was
it.
the ghost.
I've solved it. I've solved the
No.
mystery.
The
Because
cat's the ghost.
they don't like cats because cats are meant to live like at a halfway
but
between
they
the planes.
Had,
So
no,
like,
no,
no, the cats. Do you see Constantine? You have to use cats to get to the hell, right?
Yeah, but they had their own cat.
Yeah, but maybe they were normal, and then they got possessed by the ghosts,
No,
and then they tried to get rid of the cat because the cat would have been onto them. Fucking solved it.
They weren't normal because like
What's wrong,
when
Chip?
we went to the house, they had like pictures framed
Chip say a
up
ghost?
of their daughter's artwork.
He's like,
And it
shit,
was
they're
like-
onto me.
Really depressing clowns and shit of this artwork
What
that
the
they had
fuck?
framed up that their daughter made. Yeah, it was like really depressing artwork that they had framed in their house and stuff.
Were they
These
drawing
neighbors were
pictures of the
really weird.
ghosts? Is the ghost a clown? Because if that's it, I'm done.
No.
Okay, all right, good. All right, I'm still
And
done.
it is.
It's,
Okay,
it's fucking
you're done.
Pennywise. It's Pennywise.
It's
God
it.
damn it.
Okay, all right. Let's put a pin in the ghost conversation. All right. I feel like this is something that needs to be unpacked further at a later date. This is just like I don't even remember what the question I asked. It was something stupid. I was talking about ghosts in prison. Turns out
Yeah,
there's
your granddad is a
I wanted to
ghost.
do a ghost tour.
turns out there's more ghosts in Jelly's house than there is in an entire prison. Or at least enough. There's more
Used to
talking. Jelly needs to go to the ghost tour because she can see the dead people. It's true, right?
I've seen some dead people. I've seen some ghosts, and I'm saying I see all ghosts.
But you've
Only one
seen
way to find
ghosts.
out.
I've seen ghosts, yes.
And on that bombshell, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks for listening to the podcast. And if you have got ghosts in your house, let us know.
Call Jelly.
We'll send Jelly over to identify the ghost for you. Maybe have a conversation with it. Maybe play some ball. Play peekaboo under the blankets. Whatever.
Touch your feet.
Touch your
you know,
feet
prats.
if they're into that. Prats and let us know if you have ghosts. I guess this took a weird turn. It really did. Anyway, let's everybody. Let's at that point. Would you like to plug yourselves? Let's start with the ghost lady herself, Jelly, obviously.
Hi. You can find me on Twitch at Miss Jelly. Not that I stream. And you can also find me on Twitter. I changed my Twitter name. Still Stuff the Lady with Miss Jelly _ but it's now Jelly Yelly on Twitter. But I'm probably gonna change it back. But still, Twitch,
do it.
let me have the name Yelly Jelly. Thank you.
Yeah, if anyone needs it, let's be honest. Anyway, Norstar.
You know the deal. No underscores. Just Norstar on Twitch. Norstar TV everywhere else.
Fucking Earth and Chaunisea.
Yep, that's easy. go on and slam. And welcome to my Twitter. It's Chaunisea with C-E-Y. S-E-A, sorry. S-E-A.
What?
Chaunisea with an S-E-A.
You
on
might
Twitter.
also want to spell out the whole thing.
Yes, C for Charlie, H for Hotel, A for Alpha, U for Umbrella, N for November, I for Indigo, S for Sierra, E for Echo, and A for Alpha.
What was the word you were about to say for the U instead of umbrella?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say uniform, but
Uniform would have been better.
Umbrella is
Umbrellas
style
can
for
kill
it.
people.
What?
Is that what the ghosts tell you? No, we're not getting back into that. We're not getting back into that. We're walking away from that. Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening to this podcast. It is episode 19. Next week is episode 20. I won't be here, but Shelby will. I'm sure there'll be all sorts of conversations about how much Jelly can see dead people, and amongst other things, more than likely. And yeah, thanks for listening. Make sure you share and like and do all the cool stuff. And definitely let us know if your house is haunted, because I want to know if we can get some ghosts on the podcast. Thanks for listening.